Reading for Gemini. Gemini, sun, moon and rising, or sun, moon or rising. This is a reading for you to reach you at the right time and place. Tapping into your highest timeline. Connecting with your source self, tapping into your highest timeline, in alignment with your soul's true nature and purpose, and a life you love. Okay, so Gemini, reading for Gemini. Can we have a reading for Gemini? Which deck are we going to start with? Life is a game. My name is Maraea. Hi. Hi, how are you? Let's just move these cards over here. It's quite funny, I found myself quite fidgety. As I was watching back one of the reads, I was kind of mortified. just to see how much nervous energy is kind of like channeled through each reading. I don't know if it's nervous energy, it's just the way that I channel information. Okay, anyway, enough about me. Gemini, what about you? What about Gemini? Can we see what Gemini is dealing with currently and what's coming up for Gemini? Life is a game. Title card there. QR code isn't working yet. Watch this space. 9 of Swords, face your fears. 21, the world. See, I don't usually read the numbers, so I'm going to assume that there's something significant about that and take it as it resonates, or if it resonates. Maybe that means something to you. 4 of Swords. I've just split the deck and I have on the bottom of it Fortune and the Sun. Right, just going to keep that in the back of my mind. We've got the 9 of Cups jumping out here. What's going on here? This is nuts. I don't know. Do you feel a little bit discombobulated, Gemini? What's happening? What's Abby? One more card for Gemini in terms of what's happening for Gemini and what Gemini might need to know about their situation in terms of being able to transcend it if it's tough, or just to know what's coming up. Okay. Bottom of the deck here, Knight of Swords. I'm just going to park this up and I'm going to clarify these cards. So we're going to clarify life as a game, title card. You know, for me, this is about big picture thinking. And this is the card that is leading the read. Big picture thinking. Where's your mind at? Because you will either be in this space or being called to be in this space. We got a clarifier for, it's like there's nothing wants to come out here. So I'm going to go into 9 of Swords. We can always come back to that title card, but I think we really are here talking about big picture thinking and getting yourself into a space, because I can see here, you know, just getting a breakthrough for you so that you are stepped into really being able to grab life by the horns and ride that bull. And do what it is you need to be doing. All right, Gemini, so what's holding you back here? It looks like the 9 of Swords is holding you prisoner a little bit. Can we just get some clarification on the 9 of Swords? So, like, just a whole deck here. Okay, we've got the Eight of Swords here, the World card again. So something's been closing out. And I just wonder if you've been sort of holding on too tightly to what's been, and like in fear of letting go and moving forward. With that Eight of Swords here, it's like, I feel like you're part way through this process. It's come out on its side. And there's a whole lot of cards behind it, as you can see. I'm not going to read all of these, but there is a story here. And I can see right behind the Eight of Swords is this Three of Swords. So, I get a sense of energetically, I'm connecting in with this, what is the word? It's resignation. There's a sense of resignation here. I wasn't going to go into this pile, but I will. I want to see what's behind here. Three of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So it feels like resignation. And that said, we haven't, you being we, haven't quite stepped out of this attachment to the pain or the grief that you've been dealing with. And I can see this has been burdensome for you, right? And you've started this process of walking towards what it is you want. Four of Wands here, Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Look at all these queens, dude. So I wonder if the Queen of Cups is in here as well. Not quite. Bet she's going to come out though. Look at this. So, yeah. Wheel of Fortune. Nine of Wands. Got your boundaries in place. Having some fun here. Starting to having some fun. But, like, what's really interesting. So, we had this. Where is that Three of Swords? So, there's this Three of Swords here. There's something that you wanted to have happen. It not only did it not happen, but you got hurt in the process. And what I was going on to say is, what's really interesting is over here, right at the top and tail, we've got this pain, this Three of Swords and this Ten of Swords. But this is what I see you doing. And I feel like you've been doing this, and well done you. Well done. There is, obviously, though there's still some stuff to work through here, because we've got this Nine of Cups in reverse. We're still carrying some hurt. You're still carrying some hurt here. And when I'm looking at this in terms of guidance, what it is you're being called to do. There's still some recovery, a period of recovery, and there's still like having to face yourself and being okay, so I'm looking at this figure here in the Nine of Swords. And they're facing their fears, is them looking at themselves. And I feel like there's a possibility here that, sometimes this stuff is in the subconscious. We don't actually know what it is we're scared of. And I feel like in your case, there's a possibility that the fear for you is of the unknown, of the potential that you have, the fear that you have of not reaching that potential, the fear that you have that you really are unlovable, or really are broken, or really are unfixable. It's like thinking along those lines. But you're ready to put down this burden now if you haven't already done it. And so I've said congratulations. If I'm saying congratulations in advance, accept that, because you're going to do this. You're going to go on this journey if you're not already on it or haven't already done it. And this journey here is to find your fulfillment. And I don't know if you've been keeping yourself from enjoying life. 4 of Wands in this deck. The stability is represented by these 2 women dancing at what looks like something like a Burning Man, is it? Where they're at a festival and probably barefoot, glamping tent in the background. And, for you, it might be in order to go to a concert like this, or somewhere where it's outdoorsy, but where you can enjoy the company of other people and community. Just reconnecting with people, reconnecting with nature as well. Reconnecting with all of these aspects of yourself. So there's a good chance, but because of the cups, well, we've got the King of Cups instead of the Queen of Cups. Okay, I see. I was going to say we're missing the Queen of Cups, so perhaps you've already got a sense, got good with your emotional side. But with the King of Cups here, we're reaching even higher. Well, we're digging deep. We are. And when I say we, I mean you are bringing all of these aspects of yourself into alignment. The aspect of yourself that is nurturing yourself and able to then nurture other people. The aspect of yourself that is able to look out on your experience and see it for what it was and what it is, and the wisdom that it's brought you. The aspect of yourself that is able to make magic and create what it is you want, and to just generally boss up. And this aspect of yourself that is able to zen out and be cool with the world. And all of its peoples. It looks like there's a bit of a journey between this Queen of Wands and reaching the King of Cups, but that's okay. That's okay. And there's also for me, when I'm looking at this, there's this aspect of allowing yourself to, it's like, I feel like this is like let go and let God. Like, just like, one of the things that I'll talk about a lot is about creating your own reality. But also, while I'll be very quick to point out that you are the infinite awareness, you are source. I also subscribe to the belief that there are things that are part of the wheel, and creating our own, or your own, in your case, reality. In some parts is about how you navigate that wheel. And also, I subscribe to the belief that you do come in with some definite, you come into this lifetime with some definite aspirations, or there's some things that that you come in determined to do as part of your life experience, and that's where the wheel comes into play. And certainly when I'm seeing it here, it's like the message is to ride the wheel and get comfortable sitting into this energy of rolling with life, still creating what it is you want. But it's like there's been some resistance here, and like I said, I think it's got a lot to do with this. There's a lockup, a sense of lockup, right? So, and this might be just a point in time. This might be something that you're dealing with this year. I don't believe unless you're unpacking years of patterns. But this does look to be fair. This looks like and feels like a journey, rather than like, let's just do a quick 5-minute meditation or a quick 0 point and shift this. If that is the case, if you are here and you're resonating more with this, like, oh yeah, it's just a quick shift here that I'm going to do, like, yeah, by all means, like, I definitely don't take it on board that you need to make something longer than it needs to be, because each to their own. And so, yeah, it really comes down to how soon are you ready to jump through that portal there, in the world. How soon are you ready to go into your next, to step beyond this level and onto the next, and into the next chapter. That's entirely up to you. But if for you it is a longer journey where you're taking your time to enjoy this process at length, then, awesome. Good for you. So, yeah, so I just can't come down here to the Eight of Swords. So, yeah, there is a story here about the way it is in which you're seeing yourself. And, usually with the Nine of Wands, we can talk about having boundaries here. And yeah, for sure, have boundaries, have good boundaries. But in this spread, and what I'm looking at here, this is more to me speaking to sometimes your defenses and your walls can be so high that even you have trouble getting over them. So, if this resonates with you, like, have a look at that. If it resonates with you more that you need to put some boundaries in place, then certainly do that. But yeah, I do see you, as soon as you're ready, if you're not already doing this, walking towards your fulfillment, which is going to be, or it's going to be a really good investment on your part to be going along to some concerts, spending time with friends, dancing vicariously in the evening sun underneath the stars while fires on poles burn. And what are those things called? Those little triangle things on... What are those things? Those I don't know what they're called, but like with those waving in the wind, blowing in the wind. So it all looks like fun. And of course you got the Knight of Wands right underneath. So while you guys are dancing, there's someone drumming. So it could be a drumming circle. Horses dancing around in the background as well. So this is fabulous. So I think you're going to have some fun over the coming season. So, in here where I am, it's summer, but where you are, it might be the opposite. Opposite side of the world, in which case you might be experiencing winter. So, these are things that you might be doing over the next few months. Work focus here. I'm just having a look down the lines. to see what else. What else do I need to see about this Eight of Pentacles? What about the Eight of Pentacles? I feel like there's a little bit more information here that is worth speaking to. What about the Eight of Pentacles? Six of Wands. So Six of Wands again. Right, I think I know what we're talking to. So, okay, so this contentment here is what's covered in here. So your rest and recovery, right? Your rest and recovery is here. It's in taking time out to celebrate. I mean, obviously, get enough sleep. But get back in the game. Actually, this is a message for Taurus as well. You know, get. I don't know if you've got any Taurus placements, but it doesn't really matter. But the message here is a little similar. In your case, there's more of a sort of feeling of being a bit frozen here. And you know, as an air sign, you're generally pretty breezy, pretty fluid. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have a couple of Gemini placements. But yeah, so I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah, in any case, you know, what I would say is get enough sleep. Also take time to connect with other people. Get out in your community. Have some fun. Do some dancing. For the love of God, do some dancing. And there's work aspected here. This is sitting right beneath the Queen of Pentacles, and that's going to help you as well. This is where I want to talk about this Six of Wands, right? So the Nine of Cups we've covered off here. And, you know, sitting into a space of gratitude. This here, this energy of this Queen of Pentacles, this Queen is grateful, right? This Queen loves herself, loves her world, loves everything in it. She could probably list about 30 things off the top of her head that she's grateful for. You know, like if you can't do the same, work towards that. This Queen here is grateful for the experiences that she's had because it's given her this incredible amount of wisdom. This Queen here is grateful for the magic that she can do and what she can make out of nothing. And that's what the Nine of Pentacles is speaking to. Whereas the Six of Wands is speaking to this work here, right? And creating this coin for yourself. But not just creating the coin, also creating this dynamic where you have got the cream, right? The cat's got the cream. It's actually got a mouse in its mouth, but you know, like where you are standing out and being seen and rocking your world. Okay? And all of this is bringing you to this place of Zen. And as for this Ten of Swords, like what are you saying goodbye to here? Let's have a look. What is Gemini? What is Gemini saying goodbye to? I'd say this heart, you know, this grief, but what is it? What is it Gemini is saying goodbye to? Gemini. We've got Temperance. Or Temperance in reverse. Well, one of the things that you're definitely saying goodbye to is an inability to alchemize these aspects of yourself. So you know, and this is what I'm seeing here. So you've got all of these all, you know, earth, wind, fire. Well, earth, yeah, air, fire, and water. you've got all of the elements represented here, and the highest levels of them. And that's what you're alchemizing. You're bringing yourself to the space of mastery. And you're saying goodbye to this aspect of yourself that will or would be easily hurt again. There's more to it than that. It's got to do with, it's like you're leveling up, you're growing up, you're maturing, right? These aspects of yourself are coming home. Oh, that's what I just heard the words whole and complete in my mind as well. So you're really realizing who you are, and I've got the devil here, and it's like what I see with this is like you are realizing there's this aspect of yourself that you've been kind of afraid to face, thinking that there's something wrong with you. Perhaps if this doesn't resonate, obviously don't take it on board, but this is what I see here with all of these queens and this king. It's like you are recognizing all of these aspects of yourself where you thought you were only one. You thought with your experiences, whatever this trauma or whatever this experience is, you thought that you were only this devil. And this where I said you were scared to, there was this, I was looking at this thinking, man, this person is afraid to see their own reflection. And so when I'm looking at the devil here and what this 10 of Swords is looking out on, it's like what you're saying is goodbye to this idea that there's any part of you that's not relevant and valid. It's all valid. I see you coming to terms with your ego because, it's one in the same place. Because you're learning to love all parts of yourself. That is what you are doing this year. And definitely at this moment. I mean, you don't have to do it, you don't have to, I mean, I've just finished 2 to 4 years of shadow work. The shadow work's ongoing, but definitely Dark Night of the Soul, and particularly this last year has been there's been a huge lot of growth. And what I would say is that, I left it all to do it all in 1 year, but you don't have to do that. And you may not even need to do anywhere near as much work as I had to do. I mean, for me, in my case, I had 4 decades of in-ground patterns, self-sabotaging patterns. I was at this place, which is why I see what this is and what am I able to talk about it. But see, you might not have as many patterns, in-ground patterns. Your patterns might be easier to move if you do have these patterns. This might be easier for you to work through. You might be able to do this in, days, maybe a couple of weeks. It might not need to take you a whole year. Because, each person, their own journey. And you have your own journey. And how long this takes you it's entirely dependent on you and what it is you determine is right for your soul and your soul's true nature and purpose. Okay, so that's basically your read. Well done, you, right? Well done, you. Like, it takes courage. I'm just looking at the 7 of Swords here on the back of this deck, and this is someone pulling. You're pulling the sword out of the stone. This is the Arthur deck. Is there anything else here? Is there anything else here? But yeah, I do. I want to congratulate you. You're going to do this. You're going to smash it. And you're going to learn you're going to learn a lot. I can tell you now, like, I definitely was terrified. I remember 4 years ago sitting there crying about, like, I don't know, I was crying. I was terrified. Someone said to me, "Why are you crying?" I'm like, "I don't know. Because I have to do some work on myself." And the next question was, "Well, why does that scare you?" "I don't know. It just does." So yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, but like I said, if this doesn't resonate with you, and it just could be, you could be dealing with a much smaller version of this, or you could be almost at the end of this. Whatever stage of the journey you're on, I just want to again say congratulations. If you're nearly there, well done. I'm just going to see what else is coming up here to show you. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. Definitely have the Hangman here. Why do I always call him the Hanged Man? The Two of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Let's just see what else is here. Hanged Man. When you need to, obviously, take some time out to shift your perspective. Get a new perspective. It takes seconds to shift your perspective. I mean, you can take as long as you like for that process, obviously, but it's literally recognizing that you are the infinite awareness and that you can choose at any time to feel and experience something different other than what you were experiencing or feeling. And that just comes down to a affirmation-based choice along the lines of, I feel, I'm just going to use the word love because it's really easy. I don't have to think too much. I feel love because I choose to experience love. Knight of Cups. So giving to yourself here. And this woman, Galahad, is this a woman? I think Galahad's a man. No, just Galahad's wearing a suit of armor that looks like a dress or a tunic. And Galahad is on a unicorn. But yeah, giving to yourself, like this Knight of Cups. What else is coming in for Gemini? It's also like, I'm just looking at this person peering across or looking across at this Hanged Man, right? And, there's something else that's just stood out to me just in this moment. Hopefully I'm not going to get in trouble for this. I think the visual should be. Actually, this might be just triggering. I'm just going to cover this up for a second because I've just seen something else here and just realized that some of the trauma that you could have experienced, and this might not be everybody, but it might have to do with what we were just looking at, because I was looking at this person looking across at the Hanged Man. And so, if this is something, that you have experienced and there has been a massive trigger for you, I just want to just sit with you for a moment and give you a big hug. There also is what's going through my mind here is the amount of pain that is being experienced here, and this kind of pain here. Right, this locked up feeling and being afraid of one's own image. There is often a want to be in this place, but not for gaining perspective. I'm talking about the Hanged Man. Congratulations, if that is you or if that was you. And it's funny because I've pulled out this card and I haven't even been present to it, but this dragon here is sitting here above these two. And it's like there is a message. This is coming through from Spirit. It could be from your guides or ancestors or just directly from Spirit. Take it as it resonates, but it's like you're being handed the sword here by this golden dragon. And, but both of these things here for me represent you, but also there's this aspect of yourself that's handing yourself the tools now to bring yourself to this place of recognizing that you're whole and complete and an amazing person with all of these dimensions and aspects of self, all being valid. And well done. You know, well done for like getting yourself back on the horse here. Okay? Just see if there's anything else. So that's definitely a congratulations. So the tone of this is congratulations. I can see that now. What else is there? What else do we want to say here? King of Cups again. King of Cups, Ace of Cups. Beautiful. So we've almost got the whole Cups family. There's so much Cups energy here, by the way. So, you know, we've got this cauldron of Anwin, which is the Temperance card, the Holy Grail, and the King of Cups. So you're finding the Holy Grail, right? You're alchemizing all of these aspects of yourself. And you found the Holy Grail. Okay? And the Holy Grail is you. You are the Holy Grail. I've got 8 of Wands on the back of the deck. And this deer is setting off. It feels like that's the read. You know, yeah, this is a message about your arriving. It's a message about your ascension. This is incredible. I just want to show you this. So, like I said, we've got Temperance here. And Temperance is about the alchemization. You know, spiritual alchemization. No, alchemy in general. And then we have this King of Cups here. And, you know, of course, the king is the boss of the suit. And what it's speaking to here is you having arrived at this place here. And if you're not there yet, you will get there. Of recognizing this Holy Grail within yourself, and that you are one. You are one. And from here, you know, from here, you know, you're heading out on a new adventure. Okay? It's beautiful. It truly is beautiful. You can see this, right? I don't know if I held it up properly before. Well done. Well done, Gemini. Well done. The world over here. Did we have this? We had this before, didn't we? Yeah, well done. I'm going to pull a couple more crystal cards and then we can wrap this up. Oh no. No. Oh, no. No. Oh, Morganite here. I'm going to take that one because it just reminded me of, we've been using this deck here, this Arthurian deck. And I know Morganite is not a character, but Morgana is. It's like, well, we'll take Morganite just because the names are similar. But let's just pull a couple more of these, maybe 1 or 2, not like 10. It's a lot to read through. Oh, no. It's like there's more messages. There are more messages to give you. I tell you what, if you are, you know, if you're Gemini, if you are stuck, reach out to me. All right, reach out to me. If I can make some more videos, I will. If you need coaching, we can look at that. But yeah, reach out to me. Because there's more information here that's wanting to be read or be heard by you. So Morganite, acceptance, compassion, release. The ultimate love attractor, Morganite opens channels for positivity, affection, and devotion to flow effortlessly through your energetic fields. Morganite is able to uncover deep emotional pain, bringing awareness to unexpressed feelings residing inside your body so that you can release them. Know that these feelings can change and are not part of your identity. Clearing away thoughts of martyrdom or victimhood. Morganite expands your ability to love and receive love. Where were these other cards? You know, we probably don't need to keep doing what I'm doing there. You can get the picture, right? These feelings can change and are not part of your identity. Clearing away thoughts of martyrdom or victimhood, Morganite expands your ability to love and receive love, advancing your soul to the core of its inner truth. Dude, I would say you can't make this stuff up, but like, it's a cliche. You really can't. I mean, I'm always surprised by how amazing tarot is. But you know, like, this is pure. This is pure. It's almost like pure source energy, but it's like something else as well. You've got the sword. The sword is yours. Okay, I'm going to read this one here. Oh, by the way, Libra, Venus. So this is Wolfenite, journey, past life, soul contracts. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. You know, so this is part, you know, when I was talking about, you know, the stuff that you come into life, this is part of my belief system that you bring in. These things, you know, you know what you want to achieve as part of this life, right? And so here we're talking about soul contracts, past life journey. The journey has only just begun. Wolfenite can travel through your past, present, and future and opens up communication with the spirit world. And it also aids in past life recognition, helping you to see soul contracts that you've made in this lifetime, facilitating the karmic reunion and completing a cycle once the lesson has been learned. Wolfenite is a powerful past life healing stone, resolving any issues that need to be faced and regaining magic lost in past lives to be used here and now. And you know, this is what we're talking about with this. I'm just reminded of this Queen of Wands, you know, and this making magic out of nothing. So you know what you're doing with this healing work is bringing yourself back to these places here, right? Contentment, creation, bossing up, being able to look forward and just be filled with absolute pleasure. Okay, this is blue aragonite. Empathy, compassion, communication. Communication is key, and with blue aragonite, you will definitely send the message. Blue aragonite activates the throat, third eye, and heart chakras, allowing you to communicate from a whole and centered place, while the stone instills hope and inspiration. This crystal enhances your ability to empathize and show compassion for others, fostering authentic connections. Blue aragonite's communication skills also carry across when you are communicating with the spirit realm, cultivating a calm and relaxed space for even more clarity to come through. Capricorn and Earth. So you might be one of these other signs as well, or they might aspect in your top three, you know, your sun, moon, or rising. Yeah, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Venus, Mars, Earth. So, yeah, that's pretty much your read. Gemini. It's quite funny. I keep wanting to say Virgo as well. It's like, I don't know. I might be best to label this with a whole bunch of names, because we've had a few. You know, we had a few signs sort of want to pop up on my tongue. But yeah, Gemini. Maybe that's the nature of you, Gemini, and your ability to sort of shape shift. You know, I imagine you as kind of sort of Mercury. I mean, you know, well, I mean, Gemini's ruled by Mercury, right? I've got that right? Gemini and Virgo. Yeah, so, right, well, that basically wraps up your read. You're doing amazing. You're going to do amazing. Let's move this all across here. Sorry about that. Don't often look at the screen, so I don't see where it's kind of all sort of bunched up in one place. It's been a pleasure to read for you. Keep up the amazing work. Know that you've got this and keep moving forward. You're going to smash it. Oh, and don't forget, like, you've got a little talisman here, right? This dragon. And before you go, by the way, give us a like. That will be fantastic. Subscribe. That will be wonderful. And I will see you on the next read, Gemini. Right, bye for now.